Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's video we're going to do a roundup of the last two match days, match day 3 and match day 4 in the European Qualifiers. And I think I'm going to really quickly stick on the end the semi-finals and final of the Nations League in the CONCACAF as well, after a request from yourselves. Okay, hope you enjoy this video. I'm not going to enjoy it talking from the aspect of a Welshman, but we're going to start off with Group A, so it's all good for the Scots, and that'll cheer me up a little bit. Okay, if you enjoy the video though, do click like, definitely engage with a comment. Are you as furious as I am with your team's performance in this window? Are you absolutely happy, as you must be if you're Scottish or English? Then let me know with a comment. Okay, here we go. If you're new to the channel, I'm whispering because this is an ASMR video and you're supposed to be relaxed and fall asleep. Unless you're Welsh, and then you're going to get wound up. Okay, so Scotland are top of their group with 4 wins out of 4. Hurrah! Well done, guys. Georgia are second. They just lost that weird match to Scotland in the rain. And Norway are third. We'll talk about that incredible match between Scotland and Norway in a second. Spain down in 4th simply because they were playing in the semi-finals of the Nations League, and we'll talk about that a little bit as well towards the end of the video. So that's Group A. We'll look at all of the results in a second. Actually, we'll do that first because that makes more sense, doesn't it? Just saw Kazakhstan's flag. They had a good couple of days as well. Some countries will be high as a kite, others not so much. Okay, there we are. That's March, this is June. Okay, let's go from here. Okay, so what have we got for you? Finland 2, Slovenia 0. Bit of a shock. I watched the game. Slovenia were underwhelming, but got better as the in the next game. Andorra 1, Switzerland 2. Sort of was spelling out the fact that Switzerland were going to have a little bit of a tricky window. Plucky result, not a result, but performance there by the Andorrans. I did say Israel to win away, but it was closer than I thought. 2-1 in Belarus. And then we had Denmark 1-0 against Northern Ireland, but there was a last minute, I think it went into the 95th minute, to make the VAR decision on that equaliser that Northern Ireland thought they had got. Unfortunately they didn't, and it was a 1-0 win to Denmark. So the Northern Irish must be feeling a little bit like the Welsh. Didn't have a great window, and that would have been such a tonic to get a 1-1 draw away in Denmark would have been brilliant. Gibraltar managed to keep it down to 3 goals against France. Well done, guys. Greece, I said a draw was most likely. Greece just pipped it 2-1. They had a really decent experience this window. Romania drew away to Kosovo 0-0, and then Latvia basically equalised in the 90th minute, and then Turkey won it in the 95th. So it was a bit of a scare for them, but they got the vital win 3-2. England, like I said, no problems, 4-0 against Malta. Malta didn't even have a shot on goal at all, not even on target, not off target, nothing. And then North Macedonia shipped a lot of goals in this window, which I was really shocked at. Usually they're so astute in defence. You see what I mean about the next match. If you're English, you'll already know what I'm talking about. Ukraine beat them away 3-2. Kazakhstan had an absolutely fantastic window. In this one, they beat San Marino 3-0 away from home. So that's fantastic that they are starting to get those results. I don't think I even want to talk about it. Wales 2, Armenia 4. Absolutely howling. Is the way I'm going to describe that match. We score early for a change, and I think, oh, this is great. Then they score 2. They basically had 5 shots on target. and 4 of them flew in the top corner. It was like when you play FIFA and you're against that team in the cup from a lower league, and they wallop you with everything that they touch going in the top corner from anywhere, outside the box, anywhere, and you rage quitting and you're thinking that's so unrealistic. Yeah, it was that, but we couldn't rage quit. But the tactics were horrific. They just did exactly what the USA and Iran did to us in the World Cup. They ran to the middle because we used the same formation, the one that we supposedly had learnt from and never were going to use again. Great stuff. Well done, manager. I'm not going to run too much because I'll come to it again when we see the Turkey result. Okay, Bulgaria had a decent window, 1-all away to Lithuania, who are tough. I keep saying this, to beat. They won't win Lithuania, but they can get a draw out of mostly anyone. Luxembourg also had a great window, 2-0 winners away to Liechtenstein in this one. Azerbaijan 1-all with Estonia. I don't know what to make of that. Azerbaijan don't beat many people, but they possibly would have wanted to beat Estonia, but Estonia did well. Montenegro 0-0 with Hungary. I was shocked. I thought Hungary would win that quite easily, but Montenegro did really well there. This one was unbelievable. I saw the highlights. Norway were winning comfortably, what it seemed like comfortably. At least the highlight package didn't show any Scottish shots on target. Quite under the cosh. And then they broke away, scored 1. Norway thinking 1-all is not good enough, attacking. Scotland run up the pitch, score a second. The scenes were just insane. All the Norwegian players on the floor crying, all the Scottish ones running to the crowd. It was just unbelievable. What a tactically astute display, Scotland. Well done. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens when you have a plan. Hint, hint, Wales. Albania 2-0 winners against Moldova, which actually Moldova, looking back, will be quite unhappy with that. Belgium just managed to get a draw. One of my subscribers, you mentioned that you were worried that you didn't have your strongest team because of, obviously, what's his face was injured. What's his face? I genuinely just forgot De Bruyne's name for a second. I had to pause. De Bruyne. So Austria were winning, but Lukaku got them back into it, who had a really good end of season here in this particular 2-game streak. So Lukaku saved them 1-all at home. Austria looking good for qualification. Georgia beat Cyprus away with a late goal, 2-1. Faroe Islands lost at home to Czechia, 3-0. They'll be pleased with that. Slovakia won away at Iceland, 2-1. They're having a brilliant time with this qualification. And Bosnia are not. They lost this particular one 3-0 to Portugal. Okay, we continue. Armenia were shocked. They were cruising 1-0 at home to Latvia. Then Latvia managed to get a goal with their first shot on target. Their first shot. Then Latvia looked like scoring a second. Armenia got a 91st minute penalty and scored it. And won the match. So Latvia losing in injury time in both their games. How shocking for them. Finland beat San Marino 6-0. I said Finland wouldn't do that, and they proved me wrong, so well done, guys. Malta keeping it really low. Ukraine just beating them 1-0. Belarus shocked everyone. I said Kosovo will probably win, get a draw at least, but Belarus were not playing to that particular script. 2-1 to Belarus. I'm really shocked at that. Massive result there. Hat-trick for Saka. 7-0 against North Macedonia. No easy feat for a side that normally dig in and defend to the hilt. So that is a shocking result for them. England, as they usually do, guys, cruising through the qualification campaign. And yeah, just, they look fit for the finals already. And Greece narrowly losing a 0-0 against France. I want to talk about that high tackle. I haven't seen it in motion. I just saw a picture of it still. Mavropoulos kicking Griezmann in the face and only got a yellow card, but got sent off later for a second yellow. I'll return to that thought when we talk about the Wales game. Ireland 3, Gibraltar 0, so the Irish first win, I think, in this group, so off the mark. Again, another 3-0 loss for Gibraltar, but always improving. And then we've got Israel beating Andorra just 2-1. Andorra, again, 2-1 loss. So all these little minnows are starting to get closer, aren't they? It's a little bit scary for everyone else. The Estonias, Andorras, Luxembourg. Yeah, they're starting to do really well. Oh, this was a heartbreaker. Kazakhstan scoring in like the 89th minute, I think, against Northern Ireland. Absolutely heartbreaking when Ireland hit the post and we're just all over them. Yeah, brilliant goal if you get a chance to see it, but obviously horrific. And then Denmark did lose that lead, 1-1 against Slovenia. So Slovenia will be kind of happy with that result, although 2 draws, they probably would have wanted 4 points in this window. This game is another unbelievable game. Switzerland at home, 2-0 winners, and up until I think it's the 89th minute. Yeah, 90th minute. Mihaila scores a cracking, like they're both cracking goals, and then runs down the pitch and scores a second. So they draw. So Romania, I said Romania are doing really well at the minute. Good on them, but the Swiss will be fuming about that. Absolutely fuming. Talking about fuming, well done to you if you are one of my Turkish subscribers. You looked really good. Helped by the fact that we were terrible. So we tried in the first half to respond to the critics that we were too wide by playing too narrow, meaning that everyone could just run in at the corner flag and just be stood there by themselves, which was great. And then we had a man sent off after about 30 minutes. Joe Morrell of Portsmouth did a high tackle on a Fenerbahce player's, I think it's Cardiolu's knee. Studs were up. Everyone says it's a yellow card. And I didn't at the time disagree that it was a red card, to be honest. Yeah, it was Cardiolu we did it on. It was the fact that in the other game, when I saw that a guy literally put his flat foot to Griezmann's face and only got a yellow card, it always seems to be the letter of the law with Wales. But then when I see these other challenges in other games, yeah, so we've had 2 red cards in 2 games now. Both of them, to be honest, weren't red cards. It's just starting to get on my nerves. I think we would have lost anyway. Like, you know, I said this when we played a couple of games before. We would have lost anyway, I think, eventually, but we did save a penalty. We had 2 VAR decisions. Turkey should have really scored 5. We were that bad. But the 2 they scored were, one of them, oh my god, this Güler, what a goal. Oh my god, it's from the outside of the box. He just curls it into the opposite top corner. It's stunning. Absolute stunner. So, yeah, well done to you guys. I think you will qualify from this group now. I think that's it for Wales. And I think we will have to go through the playoffs to get anywhere. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. So Scotland looking firm for qualification. I suspect Spain will catch up with them, which sucks for Norway. They'll have to go through. I think they're on the side of Wales for the playoffs. France are absolutely fine. They always were going to be. It's not over for Ireland though. They've got France next, unfortunately, and of course the Netherlands are here as well. So very, very insanely difficult group again for Ireland. England look absolutely fine. You expect Italy to, particularly the next revenge match against Macedonia. I think it means Ukraine will have to go through the playoffs again. I think again they're on Wales' side. Turkey top. Armenia having a really good run, but Croatia were in the playoffs, in the semi-finals, of the Nations League, so they'll be fine. I think Wales is over for them now. Czechia, no, runaway leader in this group, but Poland would have been horrifically shocked. But, oh, actually, I didn't even get to that result, did I? I just realised I've missed a load of matches. Excuse me, guys. Here we go. Okay, really quickly. Austria beat Sweden 2-0, so they are looking good for qualification. Luxembourg got another win, shockingly away to Bosnia, so that's the quality that Luxembourg are looking at being now. I would say away to Bosnia used to be just a loss a couple of years ago. Bulgaria nearly beat Serbia. They were 96 minutes in before Lazovic got the equaliser, so massive result nearly there for Bulgaria, but still a draw to a side like Serbia is brilliant. Lukaku, Belgium beating Estonia 3-0, 2 goals from the man himself. Faroe Islands lost at home to Albania 3-1, so Albania had a cracking window. They were really pleased with their 2 wins. Hungary beat Lithuania 2-0. Portugal only just managed to beat Iceland with an 89th minute Ronaldo goal on his 200th cap. Well done to him. Slovakia won again, this time 1-0 to Liechtenstein. Moldova beat Poland in the 85th minute. They were winning 2-0 Poland away to Moldova, 171st in the world. Poland, for comparison, 23rd. So like nearly 150 places, bar 2. Niculescu scored the first 2, and Babolu scored in the 85th minute to win it. I think there's some weird stat that Moldova haven't won a qualifier in like literally decades, so that is a massive result. Norway beating Cyprus 3-1, and after the rain break, something ridiculous like an hour or 2 waiting for the rain to pass, 2 goals, 2-0. Sorry, let's finish off those tables then, shall we? So we got down to Czechia, Moldova with that massive win. They already had 2 draws. They've only lost at the minute to Albania, so Albania must be pretty decent because no one else can get anything from Moldova. This group is, I'm going to keep an eye on it, it's really interesting. The fact that Poland are down in 4th and Albania in 2nd and Moldova 3rd makes it very interesting, and even Czechia haven't started to run away with the group. So Group F, Austria looking brilliant. They are at the top with 10 points. Belgium could join them with 10 points. They've got Azerbaijan and a game in hand. Looking tough for Sweden though, unfortunately. Estonia and Azerbaijan making up the numbers. Hungary not running away like we thought they would, but they are neck and neck with Serbia. Montenegro, however, if they win against Lithuania in their next match, because they could technically be on 7 points, 5, 6, 7, yeah, and if they draw they'd be on 8, so Montenegro are keeping up with them. Finland are leading their group. Denmark are lagging behind a little bit, but okay, they can make it up, only 2 points. Surprise package, Kazakhstan in 2nd, however. And guys, remember, it's no fluke, because so far they have beaten Denmark and, okay, San Marino and Northern Ireland. So this one is another interesting one. Slovenia on 7 points, Denmark on 7, Kazakhstan and Finland on 9. Wow. Group I, the Swiss are at top, but Romania nearly catching them, 8 points. Plus Israel are there with 7. So it's going to be a little bit of a tight one. Someone is going to miss out, but it looks like we're going to have either Romania or Israel in the competition, and they've been absent for the last couple of years. And then lastly, Group J, of course, Portugal are top, clean sweep for them, but it looks like Slovakia are making a push to join them, and shockingly, Luxembourg as well, who I assumed either Iceland or Bosnia would be in 3rd, but no. Luxembourg with only 1 loss so far in 4 games, and that was against Portugal. Okay, 6-0, but there we go. Portugal are Portugal. I keep saying that they're probably one of the best sides in the world at the moment. So that is no shame whatsoever. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to take a look at the Nations League. And, oops, I clicked on something. No, I don't want to look at that. And then we're going to look at the CONCACAF one. Okay, so let's have a quick look. UEFA should be down the bottom. UEFA Nations League. Let's do A. Oh, where's it gone? Why isn't it there? Oh, I'll press pause and I'll find it. Give me a sec. Silly me, apparently I was in the right place. Okay, so Nations League. I said Netherlands to win the whole thing. Netherlands come last. I have literally no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, Croatia did kind of shock them, so it was 4-2 after extra time. The Netherlands were losing, and they scored a second goal in injury time, again, like they did in the World Cup. So, yeah, and they've scored X amount of goals after 90 minutes, because they did it against Wales twice as well in the Nations League proper group stages. So Croatia actually managed to score some goals, which is great. Spain beating Italy 2-1, very contentious offside decision for Fratesi. I thought Italy were pretty good at points. They looked like they were 2-1 up. VAR ruled it offside. They didn't show us the lines. It was tight. So yeah, I thought it could have gone either way. They both looked pretty good. In the third place playoff, Italy beat the Netherlands 3-2, and Croatia drew with Spain 0-0. So Croatia back to regular form there. And Spain, I did say casually that I thought they would win on penalties, but I thought it would be against Italy. I think that's what I remember vaguely saying Spain to win on penalties, but not the final. Because I was thinking it could be Italy in the final, but Spain winning 5-4, excuse me, on penalties is nice for Spain, because they lose a lot on penalties, like classically England did. Spain have got the same disease, so yeah, it's good for them. So another new winner. So we've had Spain joining the other previous winners of this tournament. Well done to Spain, well done. And lastly, before we finish as a bonus, we had the crazy end to the CONCACAF Nations League. Basically, the usual suspects are in the semi-finals: Mexico, USA, and Canada, but Panama joining them. Canada beat Panama 2-0 with 2 goals from Davis. Just trying to look where he was playing. Did he not even start the match? Alphonso Davis. Yeah, he did come on at left back and scored 2 goals. That's kind of insane. Well done. Yeah, so Panama, 58th in the world, but they couldn't score any goals against Canada. And then the grudge match, the derby, USA-Mexico. It reminds me of like Celtic Rangers in the fact that there's always like a massive scoreline. This time it was to the USA, 3-0. I have to say I'm really disappointed. Again, there was instance of homophobic chanting by the Mexico fans, which I'm really shocked at. There's no place for that. So the USA won, 2 goals from Pulisic and 1 from Pepe, and 3-0, but loads of red cards at the end. I think there was a mass brawl. What does it say? Yeah, it's like McKennie got sent off, Serginho Dest got sent off, Montes, then I think Arteaga as well. He plays in Belgium, doesn't he? So yeah, mass brawl at the end, loads of red cards. And that set up a Canada-USA final. Now, to be honest, I thought Canada might nick this one, but it's USA's year. So Richards and the recently, well, he's chosen to not play for England, to play for the USA instead. Balogun, who's already scored a couple of. Well, is that his first goal? Did he? Yeah, he didn't score in the first one. So in just his second match, he scores a really important goal, and they win the cup. I haven't seen this match. 12 shots to 15, 0 on target compared to 2. Oh no, that's big chances, excuse me. Accurate passes. They passed it around a lot, Canada. Wow. Compared to the USA. Fouls committed, offside, and corners. Yeah, so it seemed like a fairly even match on paper, much more possession to Canada. But what an improvement for Canada. You know, we never would have been talking about them being in finals of competitions, World Cup, group stages. So well done to you guys. Disappointing you couldn't get the cup, unfortunately, but USA, Reina got 2 assists and the man of the match. Looking good, both teams, I'd say, ahead of the upcoming World Cup in your area, so well done. Okay, drop a comment, everyone. Let me know your thoughts, as well as a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.